Hello everybody, my name is Aqualis and I welcome you to Terraria the tutorial playthrough where I give you tips, advice and guides on how to beat the game the easy way. And what is this series about is that I play the game on a normal playthrough, but by playing I also give you all sorts of tips, advice, on how to beat the game and what to do next and what items to get. And it's mainly for new players or players that are just they just don't know what to really do in the game. If you're a very good skilled player, well, might not be really for you. But if you're a new player, then please stay and watch and learn, because I'm a very old Terraria player. I played this game for I don't know, I think 7 years more, but so I just want to help all of you awesome people out there. So, of course, let's begin. So first of all, what you want to do is simply press on the single player and create a new character. Here you can create your very own character, and I'm just going to do that one right now. So once you have your character going, this is a character that I made. You should, if you're a new player, you should go with the softcore mode. This means that you will not lose any items when you die. If you go with the, for example, medium core, you will drop items on the death, so it's very difficult. For example, you die near some lava and the items just fall in and you can say goodbye to your items. And hardcore, you die when you die, your character, and I think the world will be completely deleted, so it's just a big goodbye. So please, if you're new, go with the softcore mode unless you want to suffer pain. So once you're done with your character, simply press create and give your character a name. I'm going to just name him very simple. Name, for example, Jeff, just for fun. Our little guy will be named Jeff. And just press submit and your new character is done. And you can actually press this little button here to favorite this character, and he will be brought to the very top. So then you simply have to press the play button, and now it comes a very big part, and that is to create a new world. So as you can see, you have three sizes. You have small, medium, and large. So personally, I always go with medium. If you go with large, the world's going to be just too big, and it will take too much time to reach some place that's across the map. So please, if you don't want to have a lot of traveling time, please don't pick large. And small has a problem where biomes glitch into each other, and biomes are these places with different mobs, different settings, difficulty, resources, and stuff like that. It's like Minecraft pretty much. So please, if you want to have a pretty interesting experience, go with medium. It's just about right. And now comes a very big part about creating your world, and that's about normal and the expert modes. If you're a new player, it's no doubt normal mode. The expert mode, game becomes way too much difficult, and for new players, of course. And of course, you get more loot, you get more cool items. But if you're a new player, I said this many times before, please pick normal mode. Now simply press on the normal mode, and here you can pick the world evil. So it's either corruption or crimson, and really you have to pick the one that like you want the more. I usually always go with the corruption because it's easier. So if you're a new player, please pick corruption. It's going to be easier for you a little bit. Of course, the crimson is also awesome, and I'm going to make a comparison video at some point where I simply compare the corruption and the crimson biomes, and you can actually see which one is better for you. But in this case, you can pick any one you want. I'll go with the corruption for myself, and once you do that, you simply enter the name, and I'm just going to call it the tutorial world. And once you name your world, simply press submit, and your world is going to be made. As you can see, see the progress on how the world is made. And once your world is made, you will have your world, and simply press play, and here we are in a brand new world of Terraria. Many different things, you have your background, you got trees. So first you start with three tools. So we got your copper short sword, you got the copper pickaxe and copper axe. So if you just simply pick your copper short sword and just throw it in here. It's the trash bin. You don't need this kind of item, and also I need to get the auto pause going, and There we go. This short sword is just horrible. It's a very bad item for the starters. It's a decent weapon, but you need to be on very flat terrain and enemy has to be like static. So this is a slime. It's the very first enemy. Just use your pickaxe or your axe to kill it. And he drops you gel, and it's a material and ammunition. So as ammunition, it can be used as to flamethrowers and as material, and it can be used to make torches, and torches are extremely important. Just kill off some slimes and you're good to go. Now with the trees. Trees, as you can see, are very tall. So my recommendation is do not cut down these small trees. Is just not worth it. They take the same amount of time to cut as these giant trees, but they give you less resources. So unless you have some axe that actually chops the trees down very fast, do not cut down these small trees. It's just not worth it. Go with the big trees if you can. If you don't find any big trees very close to spawn, you can cut down the smaller ones, but first I recommend to cut down the large trees. So do this process of cutting down trees and killing down slimes until you have around 300 to 500 wood. 300 is really good, but if you want the most, just pick the 500 wood mark. I'll go for the 400 mark for this one. So it's been only about 30 seconds. I already have exactly 400 wood and I've got some more gel. So what you can do now is you can combine, as you can see, this is where my mouse is. This is your crafting area, but first let me just kill these two slimes. Actually, there's the third one, and don't be afraid to take some damage. This is not expert mode. In expert mode, be afraid to take damage, but in the normal mode, just you can take some damage from the slimes. They won't do that much to you. So this is your crafting area. Here you can craft all sorts of things, and so when you press this crafting window, you will have a full scale of what you can craft. So now we can simply craft some torches, and I'm going to craft for myself every torch that I can make with all the gel. And I managed to make 36 torches, which is amazing and perfect. This amount of torches is like 1/3 of a stack. Stack is around 999 items, so it's pretty damn alright. But with torches, the stack is 99 as of 1.3 update. So now what you want to do is you want to make yourself the workbench. So simply press on it, make yourself a workbench, and lay down on the ground. Now with the workbench, as you can see, we got way many more crafting things that we can do. Let's just get this slime real fast. Yes, slimes can be annoying, but once you have a decent gear, slimes will not be a problem, I mind you. So what you want to do now is you want to make yourself the wood helmet, the wood breastplate, and the wood greaves. These three things will give you some defense, which is extremely useful. Now, if you want to equip your armor very fast, simply right-click on it, and now we got ourselves 3 defense. So welcome. So you're welcome, guys. Now you have 3 defense, which is awesome. Any kind of defense helps, and that is just perfect. So now what you want to do is you want to make yourself a nice little wooden bow, but you will not be able to use it at first because you won't have any arrows, but we will get to that very soon. So just make yourself a wooden bow. You can add it as your main weapon. Wooden bow is amazing. Now make yourself a wooden hammer. Wooden hammers can be used to destroy background walls. I'll talk about walls in a little bit. And if you want to, you can also make yourself a campfire. It requires 5 torches, 10 wood, and when you place it, you will get a buff. Cozy Fire, life regen is slightly increased. This way, you will have more life regeneration, so you can actually add these around your base and the boss fighting arenas to get more life regeneration out of you. Same thing goes with the sunflowers. If you see sunflowers like this, pick them up. They are insanely super useful because when I'm near them, I get the happy buff, which adds movement speed increased and monster spawns reduced. So these sunflowers can be extremely useful in centered situations. For example, I can show you now. This is how I move with the happy buff, and now it's gone. As you can see, I actually move slower. So just add a few sunflowers here and there, and you'll have yourself this buff going, and this way you'll be just faster, and there will be less bad monsters, which is awesome. Now comes another part, which is building your very first base. Because we have a lot of wood, so why not invest the wood in your very first base? So as you can see, this is a pretty flat area. Let's destroy this. This is just a background decoration, and these grass can be destroyed. And what is this little flower, you may think? When you destroy it, I get the yellow marigold, and this will give me an ability for the die trader NPC to spawn in. But now let's make yourself a very first base. So I'm going to be doing this kind of a base. I'm going to dig in by 2 blocks and I'm just going to go on this direction. You don't have to repeat the same process. You can actually build it on top. I just want to do this in this way. I like to have this kind of a dig in area base because it just gives me a little bit more protection against the bad mobs, and it's more bunker like, which I actually enjoy. So now you simply get your wood down. The guide will actually, this is guide NPC, he can give you some help with what to do in the game, and of course the crafting. So for example, I want to know what can I make with gel. I simply press on the crafting, I press on the gel, I move it to this area, and now I can see all the items that I can make with gel. So it's very, very useful. And now what you want to do is you want to actually start building the floors. You can see it's finished. And now simply build up the as most as you can go. Then build just like that. And you got yourself a just this massive square with nothing really cool inside. Now just simply you get your workbench, and what you want to do now is simply take some torches and place them like this. This way you'll have light sources inside your base. Now what you want to make is the wood vaults. So you see you have this kind of 2D and you have 3D in Minecraft. So in Terraria you have normal blocks and you got the background walls. And if you want to place these walls very, very fast, you simply take them and press Ctrl button. And now your character will do the work for you in this very, very fast manner, as you can see. You don't have to press, you have to simply press and hold the button, and now you're good. Also, I can add one more light source in here, actually, too, and I'm really, really good. So now if you want to make yourself a house, what you want to do is just destroy these 3 blocks and make yourself a wooden door. Take this door, place it, and now you have yourself way in, way out. Mobs can only go through this in the Blood Moon event, but that's pretty rare, so you're going to be good. Now to make yourself a house that can house NPCs like the trader, like the merchant, the guide, the die trader, and the others, you want to have certain criteria. You want to have background walls, light source, door, and some comfort items, and some crafting area like the table or the workbench or some others. So what you want to make is wooden chair, just place it, and now your guide NPC can move in. So when you press the inventory button and you go to this little section called housing, when you press on it and press on this housing query and when you press on this housing is suitable. This means that NPCs can live in this house. And if I press on this guide icon and I simply press on here, guide will live in this house now, which is what we need. And as you can see, the night is coming, which is very bad because the mobs like zombies will start to spawn in. So if you have any sunflowers, just place them right around like this, and mob spawns will be reduced around your base, and that's what you really, really need for yourself. But now what I want to do is I want to get up the cobblestone before the night starts. So here is a little cobblestone vein, or just stone. I'm starting to call it just like Minecraft. So what you want to do is get around 30 of it to make yourself arrows and the furnace. Furnace can be used to smelt ores and and just make some other interesting things. So we just go to here. And let's dig some of this awesome cobblestone. And once you have around 30, maybe 40, maybe 50, it just 30 should be enough. You should go back to your base and make yourself some new cool improvements. Now if you find yourself an obstacle like this that you cannot climb, simply take some dirt blocks and build up. In this game, the characters can actually jump very, very high, so as you can see, I easily overcame the obstacle. So once you have, like, I've got ourselves the 47 cobblestone, so you just come back to your house, close yourself in, and now what you want to do is you want to make yourself the furnace used for smelting ore. And this is a crafting station just laid down here, and now you can actually make yourself some ores. But first you have to find ores, and you can make bars out of those ores to make yourself weapons. Night has started. This is a little music that, there's a little music that starts off when the night starts. And this is one of the night mobs, the Demon Eye, and he's very evil. As you can see, he does way more damage than slimes. He does 14 damage instead of like 4 or 5 damage that the slimes do. and our little guide can actually protect himself with the bow and arrow. But now let's make some arrows for ourselves. So we just find, there we go, wooden arrows. Let's make ourselves like 400 wooden arrows, which is way more than we need, but still very good. So what can we do now is open the door and let these zombies in, and then simply smash them with our bow and arrows. And as I said, don't be afraid to take damage. Like here, I took damage and I evaded these zombies, and now I can actually just shoot them down and get all of the sweet loot that they can actually drop. For example, they can drop gel, they can drop money, which is very important, because if you get around 25 or 50, I don't remember, I think 25 silver coins, as you can see I currently have 4, you can get these silver coins from chests, mobs, whatever. If you have around 25, you can get the merchant NPC, and he is super awesome. He sells torches, so you don't have to farm things like, for example, the slime and some other mobs to get it, which is very, very awesome. So all the night is just shooting these zombies down and getting some money to advance in the game. So this is pretty much what the first night is. Build yourself a little house, get yourself started, and shoot down some mobs that want to kill you, so you can get some sweet loot from them. And as you can see, when we moved far away, the little guide NPC will come in the house, and he will simply stand in there, and he will just wait for the night to go away. Now, if you want to have an upgraded arrows, you can make yourselves the flaming arrows. These things can be crafted with 10 arrows and 1 torch, and they will inflict burning damage. So as you can see, I've got ourselves 180 flaming arrows. So now, this ammo section, the first arrow, that's the arrows on top or ammunition on top will be fired first. So for example, we want to fire the flaming arrows first. I will just place them on top. So now it's a zombie, as you can see. He is going to burn. Okay, maybe he didn't, but we are shooting the flaming arrows now, and these arrows do a little bit more damage. As you can see, he's burning now, and he's taking passive damage over time without me doing anything. So that's what these arrows are all about. They give you a little bit more damage. As you can see, these ones 5, these ones 7. So you increase the damage by 2, plus you have the ability to inflict on-fire debuff on enemies, which is very awesome. So anyways, I think this is the end of the guide for now. We'll be back later, and the next episode is going to be about knowing your surroundings and the ability to understand where what is, and how to locate different things, and how to get your very first chests and loot. So anyways, if you enjoyed the video and want to see more, please subscribe to the channel. It's completely free, and please click on that bell button to know where the new videos are coming. And if you can, please leave a like down below. It really helps the channel out. It was me, Aqualis, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.